Hey, it's David Weiner, writer and director of the In Search of Darkness documentaries. You are listening to the Horror Squad podcast.
Hello, welcome back to the Horror Squad podcast, episode 423. Tonight we're talking about Blade 2. Was that from 2002, Steve?
Yep,
I
2002,
think.
I think. Yep.
Nice. I'm one of your co-host, Todd. We have Steve, who you just heard. We're Joe-less because he decided to go get a mani-pedi. He books the most popular mani-pedi artist in the Salem area, and he's got to go. He's got to get his toes and his nail. He's a dainty little guy.
He is.
He's got feelings. He likes his nails did, and we support him in his endeavors.
hmm
But shoot, I mean, what do you got going on, Steve? Anything happening?
Yeah, so we got a movie club the day this episode releases. It is
Nice.
our self-described
Horny
horny
horror.
horror day. So we're gonna watch three things, actually, which is a little bit of a surprise because I
Ooh,
only announced two of them. We're going to watch Burial Ground, which is
love
a
it.
horny movie in the wrong way, but funny as hell.
Incestuous.
Yeah, very incestuous.
Those who
And
haven't seen are
also
in for a treat because it's a good movie and it's fucking weird at the same time.
it's so weird. Yeah. At least the kid is played by like an adult, so you don't have to like cross that thing, but it's yeah,
Yeah,
it's gross. Anyway,
gross.
it'll be fun to watch. And then we got the special, which we reviewed on the show a
Love it.
long time ago. So that should be fun. And then as a secret little like movie, just because I have to watch it, I'm gonna drag people want to watch it with me. So John Carpenter's first film is this weird like bondage film that he made that's
Not Dark Star?
available on YouTube. No. It's like 7 minutes long. It's a
Oh,
short.
okay.
It's a yeah 7 minute short. I don't remember the name offhand. I'll look it up right now as we're talking. But since I have to watch it because we're doing a John Carpenter retrospective in the coming year, so it's called where is it here? Captain Voyeur.
Captain Warrior.
So I'm gonna make people watch it with me because I got to knock it off the list anyway. And why not? 7 minutes long on YouTube. How bad could it be? Probably pretty bad. But yeah,
Yeah, it's
so
pretty awful.
that's our horny horror month. That on the movie club, you just need to join our Discord, which is absolutely free, and I'll send a link to Zoom, and we watch it together. We comment. We have a ton of fun. We had so much fun last month when we did Blood Tracks and
Blood Track's good, man.
Inferno. Yeah, it was a good time. So I think this will be an even better time because of the movies that we were watching this month. So
Very
I'm
cool.
looking forward to this one.
Very nice. I guess some creative updates. My book is chugging along for trivia. It's up. I'm think I'm 150 shy of 3,000 questions. Originally set out to do like 1,000. I'm like, why don't we just keep going? So I'm like 3 years into this. And if you haven't heard before, I literally write it as I watch movies. So I try to find at least 30 questions from every movie I watch. Sometimes it's more depending on like, how trivia-esque the movie can be. And yeah, so I'm up there and then it's gonna be some word searches and some crossword puzzles. And I got some cool artists working on the art. And yeah, just happy for that.
Do you have some Blade 2 questions in there?
I have like 6 or 7
I-
Blade 2
Is
questions.
one of them what is the TV show that everyone keeps watching during the movie?
No, but isn't it like Powderpuff
It's
Girls?
Powerpuff
Yeah.
Girls. It's so
Is it
fucking random.
Powerpuff or Powder
No,
Puff?
Power. I think it's
Okay,
Power.
Power.
I don't
Raw
fucking know.
power.
Yeah.
It makes more
Uh,
sense if it's power, but yeah.
yeah, I
I'm
just think
gonna I,
it's
I gotta add that one
hilarious.
now.
Yeah, it's so random. Like, anyway, we'll talk about it during the movie, but like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
all fucking Norman Reedus is all about his Powerpuff Girls. That's all he
He's
fucking
a
plays.
fucking weirdo in this movie. We'll cover that.
He is.
And then our movie, it's chugging along. I mean, you heard last week or maybe the week before, May 16th, Salem, Mass at Cinema Salem. We're doing the premiere at 9:30 p.m. Free to come, but just email us, message us, send a carrier pigeon, whatever, we'll get you in. And as far as the editing process goes, I'll let Steve speak for him, but Joe's is about 99% completed on my end, so we just need to add a couple audio pieces here, and then the master cut should be finished. So that's all, like basically done. Mine has been done for some months, but after editing Joe's and learning more tips and tricks, especially with the challenging aspect of it being that I wasn't there for shooting, so I had to like literally watch all the scenes and try to piece them together. I learned a lot of like shortcuts and stuff, and I felt that I can make special delivery even better. So I scrapped that first cut and I've been re-editing it, and I'm about 90% done with that too. So I just need one more scene and some notes from Steve and Joe on the stuff that I submitted them, and we should be good. And then the wraparound is edited up until the point where Steve makes his pitch to our killer or our captor or our crazed fan or whatever you want to call him. So, what about you, Steve? Where are you at with your process?
So I'm at 80% edited. I have 5 scenes basically, and the first 4 are pretty much done. I might like tweak them a little bit, just to make things fit a little better, but they're, I'd say, pretty much done. It's just my finale left. It's a little more complicated. They're not like the other 4, so I have to use different techniques. I'm gonna do 3 pickup shots, like really quick pickup shots, because like myself getting up from a chair, because for some reason I forgot to, I sent it to the guys anyway just to show where I was at, but I'm sitting and then I'm standing, so I'd like should have transition shot. It's just like little shit like that, which I'm lucky that I can do that stuff. Like I can kind of just put on the same clothes and hopefully
Yeah.
people won't notice that it's constant bouncing back and forth. But yeah, I tend to look the same all the time, so
Yeah.
it's actually not too bad. But yeah, so just that's it. 80%. I should be done by next weekend. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm very
With the whole
close.
edit or with the reshoots or with
No,
everything?
no, with the whole like
Oh, sweet.
done. I don't want to see it anymore. I'm already
I
don't
know.
want to
I'm,
see it anymore. But
I'm tired
yeah,
of it.
you're right.
There's some well, I got two things. One is the little things in editing or in shooting that you forget come back to bite you the worst. Like like you said, not getting up from a chair or something, because there's stuff where like, how the fuck is my character gonna go from this spot to the next one? People are gonna notice, and sometimes they don't, sometimes they do, but you notice for sure.
Yeah,
And that's the shit that fucking drives me crazy, especially with like you guys will give me notes like, hey, this edit sloppy. I'm like, it's sloppy because I fucking forgot to close the door.
yeah,
So
right.
it's insane. But and I forgot my second point, but yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Yeah, that's
Well,
all. That's all I got. I think that's going on.
sweet.
So yeah,
It's going. All right, I guess we'll do some what watch unless you got any like news off the top of your head for horror. I know I'm getting prepped for Horror Hound this year, which is in March. Can't wait for that.
who you meeting?
Um, who am I meeting? Good question. I have it written down because I like to try to budget beforehand.
Right. Yeah, sure.
Um, so for Horror Hand, I'm doing Griffin Davis and David Naughton from
Oh
American
yeah,
Werewolf in
nice.
London. Yeah, I've met David back in the day, but since Griffin's going to be there and he's not too common, I'm going to get them both on a combo like figure that features both of their characters because I've been
Nice.
liking the figures a lot lately. Definitely getting Dee Wallace. She'll be there. I'm going to get her on my Hills poster since I had Berryman last time, so that's gonna be cool. Those are my like must-haves, and then my possible I might do Tyler Mane on my Halloween remake poster. We'll see. And then I might do Galen Ross on an 8x10 because I wanted to do Scott, Galen, and Ken on 8x10s before just to wrap them up because I got
Yeah.
numerous things, but it would look really cool side by side. But I might just save her because I'm definitely going to Living Dead Weekend in June, which they're all going to be there. So I maybe get her. We'll see. And then I got Scarefest in October that I'm already prepping for, even though it's far away. And that's Jane Levy from Evil Dead, Bill Johnson from TCM2, and maybe Greg Nicotero on my Day of the Dead poster. Because I have everyone else. I mean, it makes sense to get Greg. He's a character in there, right?
Yeah, sure.
And then Living Dead Weekend, which is in June. It's gonna be Ken Foray, Galen, if I don't get her at Horror Hound. And then I'm thinking I'm getting like the Key Zombies because
Okay.
I don't know if I'm ever have the opportunity to meet them
This is
because the
probably the
mall's
last, right?
done,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
So Machete Zombie will be there, and the I always mispronounce it, but the Hare Krishna
Yeah.
Zombie, he'll be there too. And
The
I mean, they're
nurse is
key.
there. I
Then
think the
there,
nun is
yeah,
there.
I might get. Yeah, I already have Helicopter Zombie because he's a key zombie. You
Yeah.
know, I might. I don't know. Game time decision, I guess. But I'm
Right.
definitely getting Machete and Hare Krishna because they play a big part. And honestly, they're not going to come down to Whorehound. That's a regional thing
Yeah.
for them. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a very specific, like Dawn of the Dead thing.
Right.
So
I would guess that they do. They try to keep the con alive, but it's different if it's just
it's not the
at a
same.
fucking convention center, you know?
Yeah,
So,
exactly. At the Walmart, that this is where
yeah, I
the
don't give
mall
a
used to
shit.
be,
Yeah.
like
There's a wall that is original to this. So,
right,
yeah,
yeah.
it's a bummer.
Hmm.
All right, what watched?
Yes, let's do it.
Yeah, all right. So I watched one. I've been going through my Tubi list again because I know like you, mine's like 200 deep at this point.
Mine is well, I'm
Well,
over. I'm
Jesus.
over 1,000 because it stops at a
Fuck.
thousand.
How
So
Jesus
it
Christ,
keeps
dude.
your list over 1,000, but it only displays 1,000. So I don't know what is past 1,000. So, but when I remove something from my list, it'll pop up like at the end. So yeah,
Damn, dude.
I just like
You'll
anything
never
that looks
finish that.
interesting. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
I like this poster. Let
Yeah.
me put this in here. All right. Well, this one's been on my list for a minute, called Dead of Night by Bob Clark, who did, Christmas Story, Black Christmas, all that stuff. And this one is about a family that, they're waiting for their son to come back from Vietnam. They haven't heard from him in a while. They get that dreaded knock on the door from, whoever reports it saying, "Hey, your son was killed in combat." And they're in denial. And the mom's like praying to God, they're like, "Please bring him back. Like he promised he would return." And then lo and behold, the son shows up, but he's not the same. He's very quiet. He's removed from reality. He's short-tempered and yada yada yada. Of course, there's people turning up dead, like the truck driver that picked up a soldier ended up dead. A doctor's kind of on to him. Some other people are being hurt. His girlfriend that he had that's like in love with him, he doesn't want anything to do with her. And we know as the audience that there's something wrong with him. He's not really what's the word, natural anymore, but the family's trying to like come to terms with it. Of course, the mom has blinders on. She doesn't want to believe that her son isn't her actual son anymore. And the dad's like, "Fuck, dude, I was in World War II and I didn't come back this fucked up. Like he needs to get over it and shit like that." And yeah, we follow this family as there's a killings going on and they suspect him and he's trying to fake like he's normal, but he's having a terrible job. And meanwhile, he's literally degrading, like he's falling apart, especially towards the end. He goes full zombie mode and just scary looking, and he needs blood to survive and shit like that. Um, Ultimately, it was pretty decent. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 over on Tubi, but honestly, I was really bummed out, man, because it was one of those movies where it's like you can't help but feel bad for him and the family. I mean, he goes to war, he gets killed, he gets brought back by some supernatural means, and he's evil essentially, and now you have to deal with the family potentially losing him a second time while he clearly doesn't want to be a fucking evil guy, but he's not himself. I don't even know what he is, some kind of creature zombie thingy, because he's literally dead in Vietnam, but he's here physically in the United States, which is weird. So it has that trademark 70s look and vibe and coloring and all that stuff, from Black Christmas and all that stuff era. So it looks great. But like I said, I was just sad mostly because it was a bummer of a story. This guy loses his life and he comes back to people that love him, and he's not the same person. So I was more sad than having fun with it. So that's Dead of Night from 74 over on Tubi. Gave it a 3.5.
Very nice. So my first one this week is my second of the month where I gave someone a movie and they gave one back. This was a naughty month, so they were kind of like tougher movies or bad movies. So mine was with Kayla, who we know because she always gives us trivia questions and stuff. You can follow her on Letterboxd at Kayla Lanee, Lanee. And I gave her a movie called Pickleball Exorcist, which she absolutely fucking hated. She gave it a half star. She
Oof.
said, even though it's an hour, it was the longest hour of her life. It took three viewings to finish it. She says there's a lot of baby and animal deaths.
What?
So it was just like a really tough movie, probably a super low budget one. I honestly just like the title and the poster. So
Great. I'm looking at the poster right now. It's fucking great.
yeah, it's a
It
great
look it looks
poster.
like a Goosebumps cover.
Right. Well, yeah, a little more violent, but yeah, the art style is definitely like yeah, got R.L. Stein written all over it.
Yeah.
But yeah, she does not recommend it whatsoever. She's the only
Oh
person
yeah.
in my friends list that's seen it, so I don't have any other point of reference. But sorry, Kayla, I thought it might have been fun. She did the same thing to me though. She gave me 2025's Haunted House of Pancakes, which was also over on Tubi. Also a pretty cool poster. So this story is a restaurant burns suspiciously, and a few items survive. So another diner buys their waffle machine. Why it's not a pancake machine? Don't ask me. It seems to be a waffle machine, and from that restaurant because it was cheap, and they put it in it, and they're like, there's a shift starting. It's a late night shift, and the waffle maker is possessed, and it starts making kind of possessed food, which starts taking over the restaurant, and then the food merges with people, and they become kind of food slash people zombies, and they start attacking people, and that's kind of what the movie's about. Is about this these pieces of food that some of them for some reason grow faces like little pancake balls that they look like kind of like just little balls with faces basically, and they start
I
attacking.
say they kind of look like Cretes or Krites or whatever they're called from
Yeah, a little bit.
whatever it's called. Yeah.
Right. And then you have like fries that start walking on their own. It's a really crazy film. But then it goes more into the mutated human slash foods that start attacking. And honestly, that's where the movie kind of loses me. It was cool when it was the food that was attacking people. Those little pancake balls were particularly fun, but they don't use them very much. I guess it was too complicated for them to film with them. So it really becomes about the humans, and they're not that cool at all. And the movie, I don't know, the leads of the movie are not that interesting, and the development felt very shallow. And I don't know, I just feel it could have gone a little further with the concept. And it was also really dark, like in the sense that I couldn't see what was going on at times. It was just way too dark for a diner. I watched a bunch of diner ones recently, just out of that's just the way things have happened. And for some reason, this one is just like the lighting definitely need to be upgraded. I give it 2 out of 5 stars. Not terrible. You know, I enjoyed some of it, but not one I would particularly recommend. So that's Haunted House of Pancakes over on Tubi.
Yeah, the artwork looks really cool. Where do you think these guys are getting their artwork from, man? Because all the Tubi originals are just fantastic
There
art.
must be a guy, like, you know, like, or a company, or
Yeah.
I know a lot of them are probably going to start being AI, like Chat GPT. So,
I'm
you know,
thinking that's what it is now, honestly.
it must be because you can do all sorts of crazy things
Yeah.
of Chat GPT. And FYI, we did not for our movie. So
Man, they're
anything that you
fucking artists,
see
paint
in
artists,
our
dude.
movie, yeah, it's we got the real painting.
Hmm.
Michelle, incredible artist. Our friend Brenda did the original concept
Brenda did
art.
it by what's it called? Not chalk.
Yeah, she
Is it
like
chalk? The black
yeah, I guess it's kind of chalk, or it's charcoal, or
charcoal.
like,
There you go.
yeah,
She
yeah,
literally did that by hand, which I have the original, and it's fucking insane. And then
yeah.
Michelle comes along and does her version too. Like we had two legit fucking artists
Well,
on
I
it.
mean,
It's
three.
crazy.
The original concept art came from me, which was drawn on my phone with my
Oh,
finger, and it looked absolutely garbage.
you need to
And
sell that one and sign it.
how that image became what it has is like it blows my mind. It's
Yeah,
anyway. Well, I'll definitely put like
I want
show
to see
that kind
that.
of stuff in the yeah, later. But yeah, no, I bet I get it. You know, it is what it
It's
is. But that's
free and
probably
it's
why.
fast. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what honestly that's what I was gonna do with my book. But I was like, I know people that are fucking legit artists. Let me just have them do it. And yeah,
exactly.
it's so much better. Plus I know, it's real. Okay, my next one is 1984's Rats, Night of Terror. Directed by Bruno Mattei. He might known as Cruel Jaws director, which we watched.
Hell
We
yeah.
also watched did we watch Hell of the Living Dead? Or was that like on Barbie and Kendra's background one time?
That was yeah. Yeah. It was Corona Zombies.
Chronozom, was that it?
I think
That
so.
sounds right.
Yeah.
And then other Italian stuff out there. But this one is basically, man, this got all the things I like. The 80s post-apocalyptic where people are wearing completely stupid outfits, like booby wearing showing dresses and stuff. Like you're in a hellscape and you're wearing high heels. You're like, what are we doing? And this guy's wearing like a football fucking pad, like in Road Warrior. Like, come on, I'm sure there's better padding out there you can find. But anyway, this gang of misfits are going around. They find like a bunker or whatever, that has like, oh shit, there's fucking flowers growing in here. There's tomatoes, dude. We can fucking live here. Wrong, because there's rats, dude, that all have glowing eyes and they're funny because they all have like they're all black, but you can tell many scenes where the soot or whatever they fucking put on them is rubbing off. So like they're half white, whatever. It's pretty funny. And they go in this place anyway, and the rats are like smart and shit, and they start killing people off and yada 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 and blah blah blah. And there's people banging, and there's like internal struggle where one of the guys is like, I don't like the leader. I'm gonna challenge him. So of course he betrays him and gets like a machine gun, but then he's killed by rats, and yet and all this stuff goes on. Love the look, love the feel. The Italian acting is fucking great. The voiceovers are fucking hilarious. And then the ending is so fucking cool, man. But do not look at the poster. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Do not look at the poster if you want to enjoy the ending because the ending is given away. So just click on it with your eyes closed, watch the movie because the ending is fucking insane, out of this world. I loved it. But overall, though, it's kind of slow, man. It's kind of boring. They keep doing the same thing over and over again where they go from room to room and trying to kill rats and stuff. Literally just fucking leave, man. Just fucking leave. This is what you guys need to do. Leave. Because these rats are only in this building. Just fuck off, find a different area to hang out in. And also, why are you guys banging so much in the post-apocalypse, man? You don't want, didn't we learn anything from like that's like the worst fucking idea, right? To have a kid. So like
Correct. Yeah, and
you're
they do it in
banging.
almost every one of them.
Yeah, every fucking post-apocalypse, they're like, I'm pregnant, bitch. Stop banging. They wear condoms in Evil, or not Evil Dead, Walking Dead at least. Glenn goes get some condoms for Maggie. But still, Lori, you're getting raw dogged by Shane. You're gonna give birth in a tent in a quarry in season one. Like, what are we doing? But yeah, it's just like the safe sex mentality in these post-apocalyptic movies is just like non-existent. And I get it, maybe you feel like you're gonna die or you just get banging out, but I don't know. Rat's Night of Terror, stupid ass title, really cool poster, really excellent ending, but kind of boring throughout. I give it a 2.5 out of 5, and that's over on Tubi.
Cool. So my next one is a movie that I've had on my list for a really long time. It's the first movie they show on In Search of Darkness Volume 2. And I'm trying to like bang out all of the In Search of Darkness movies because it's like discovering stuff from the 80s I didn't really watch before. And this one is from Tubi and it's 1980s Death Ship. So Death Ship is about so there's this like commander who's retiring and he used to do like military boats and stuff like that, but now he's like on a party boat and he absolutely fucking just hates it, so he's retiring. He's gonna pass it on to someone else and he's like all like kind of grisly about it, but they find an abandoned ship and crash into it, and then the somehow all the key players, they find themselves on a raft together, and then they find that abandoned ship, so they go to it, and then they get into the ship, and that's when shit starts happening because the ship is alive and it starts killing people. And then they discover things about the ship, a lot of like Nazi history and bad people on the ship and stuff like that. It possesses people and it becomes a whole thing. So, yeah, I mean, it's a pretty basic movie. Incredible fucking location, though, because it was filmed on an actual abandoned ship and it just looks amazing. But they really don't do all that much stuff in the movie. Like, there's not a whole lot going on. The effects are kind of like, hit and miss. I was watching the In Search of Darkness, and they're talking about like there's a blood shower at one point, but they could only do one take because it was too much of a bitch to clean. So you could tell like mistakes and stuff, and it just I don't know. I guess the movie could have been a little bit gorier, and also having an invisible monster, it just doesn't really work, like you see gears moving on their own and you see like ropes moving on their own. I don't know, it just doesn't give me a really scary vibe. Even if it does possess one person at one point, it just, I don't know, it could have been a little bit better in my opinion, but still I didn't hate it. It is a cool kind of 80s timepiece, and I gave it 2.5 stars, so that's Death Ship over on Tubi.
Same score I gave it for same
Yeah,
reasons.
yeah, I love the 80s and it's a cool
Yeah,
location. It just
the ship is
it,
amazing. Yeah.
yeah, the ship is amazing, but they really just don't do enough in it. So
I just wonder how that guy, the captain, is like, he's so angry at his life. Like, why you knew what you signed up for, dude? Like, why are you being a party boat captain in the first place?
well, it's probably the only job that was available to him, and he's
I
just
guess.
like super
Be a
salty
fucking,
about it.
be a shrimp boat captain or something. I don't
Right,
know.
exactly.
All right, so another amazing poster from the 80s, from the Tubi list, is Demon of Paradise, which I've had on there for quite a while, from 1987. This one takes place in Hawaii, and they make this. Here's my first complaint. They make Hawaii look like a fucking backwoods, three world hellscape of a country where like there's like the white dude is like the superior and there's like natives that are like living in fucking shack. I'm like, what are we doing? This is Hawaii. This is like a island paradise and they're making it look like it's a shithole. Like that was very strange. And then the costume department was all over the place. Like you're like, wait a minute, this guy's dressed in white slacks. It looks like he shit his pants. Literally, there's this guy that looks like he shit his pants. He has this saggy bottom, white pants, and it's just covered in mud. But or shit, but that's the only part it's covered in. I'm like, did he shit his pants? I don't know. It's just very strange. But basically, in Hawaii, there is like there's dynamite. There's a subplot of dynamite guys that are smuggling dynamite, homemade dynamite into the country, and they're selling it to people who are using it to legally fish. Uh-oh, they wake up the shark, lizard, fish creature man that starts killing people. So you have the sheriff that was ran. There's another subplot where the sheriff was ran out of town on the mainland because he couldn't catch a serial killer. So is this his redemption arc? Now he's going to catch a serial killer slash fish creature man. There's a woman that's like an expert in fucking lizards, and they're gonna fuck, dude. Like she keeps looking at the sheriff with these side eyes, and he keeps eyeing her. He's like, "Hey, what's up?" And they're gonna bang, dude. And they almost do, but then the fish creature fucking ruins it. There's another subplot where there's this reporter, the previously mentioned guy looks like he shit his pants, is like constantly just bugging everybody. And then there's another subplot where there is a resort owner. She just bought this resort that happens to be where the lizard fucking lives, bro. And she's like, "No, I'm not going to shut down the resort." And the sheriff's like, "You must shut down the resort. The people are in danger." What's that sound like, man? Every other creature movie ever in existence. So yeah, there's a lot going on, a little bit too much, man. But I will give them respect. Even though the creature looks pretty dumb, it's clearly a dude in a suit that like shifts when he moves, like it jiggles, like it's not tight to his body, and the tail just gets caught on shit when he's walking around. At least it was practical. At least they showed it, and they had the balls to like give him teeth that moved and stuff. So I really like that, even though he looked pretty dumb. But oh boy, man, like the action is just dreadful. They and it's inconsistent. Like the lizard can eat fucking bullets for days and just stand, take them, kill soldiers, cops, whatever. But then he'll get like a needle shoved into him and it fucking hurts him like it's the end of the world. And then he'll eat literal grenades in the same scene that he dies on, quote unquote, or sorry, spoiler alert, he eats a bunch of grenades, like five at a time, dude. At one point, they're like, throw them all at once, and they all land above him, and he just barely moves, and then one grenade hits him, and his head explodes. I'm like, wait a minute, he just shrugged off seven other grenades and 30,000 bullets, but he's now damaged here. Very consistent with that. There's too many fucking characters. I don't like give a shit about the dynamite smugglers. Like, yes, established that the dynamite woke them up, but forget about it. Those guys come back and shoot up the resort and get in a shootout with our cops. Like, what are they doing back here? Padding runtime, that's what they're doing. However, there's an amazing lady that's, oh, I forgot the other subplot. There's an international like photographer that's there with like some blonde and she's like getting topless on the beach and that's shown a lot, which is I like it. But the subplot, get fucking rid of the subplots. Too many subplots. Demon of Paradise, I gave it a 2 out of 5 because gosh, it's all over the place. But it's for my birth year, 1987, and it's on Tubi, so fuck it. Go ahead and give it a watch.
Nice. I think that's on my to-be list too. So I know
Yeah, because
exactly
that
what that
poster's
poster
sick,
looks
dude.
like. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So my last one this week is a another movie that I had on my list. I watched actually this one on Prime, and that is 2023's Zombie Town. So I saw that this one starred Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase. So I was really kind of curious what that would be. I didn't expect much. You know, when these big stars are old and they're making movies that you never heard of, it's usually not a good sign. Zombie Town's actually an R.L. Stein story that they're adapting, and it's about these two friends who are one of those like will they won't they friends. You know, it's like they're clearly in love with each other, but
Chevy
they're
Chase and
both.
Dan Aykroyd are in love with each other?
Yes, that's right. Yes,
Really?
two teens, Chevy Chase and Dan
Oh, never mind. I missed that
Aykroyd.
part.
No, it's like this guy and girl, and you know they're good friends, and they're both like horror. They're both sorry, one is not a horror fan, one is a big horror fan, but they're both movie fans, and they're just struggling to kind of make that final connection so they could hook up. And they you know they're watching a movie with Chevy Chase that shows like this amulet fighting zombies and things like that, and that was the biggest film like in this world, so much so that the director, who's played by Dan Aykroyd, they named the city after him. Like the whole city is named after fucking Dan Aykroyd because he made a good zombie movie with Chevy Chase. And then after making that movie, he kind of becomes a recluse and doesn't do anything for years. And here he is 30 years later, and he has a new zombie movie out, and everyone's super fucking pumped. Like, you know, it's like Romero coming back with Land of the Dead, kind of. You know, it's like, but except they named the town after him, so everyone's like really pumped about this movie. And one of the one of that couple, or not couple yet, works at the movie theater, and he brings them the reel, and he's like, okay, we're gonna have a big premiere. The entire town is going to be at this premiere. And, you know, the guy's like, okay, that's amazing. Now, he's not a horror fan, but he recognizes that his friend is. So he texts her. He's like, hey, look what I got. And she's like, you know, we got to watch that shit tonight. And he's like, yeah, fuck, whatever, you know. So they decide to watch it like overnight, the night before the premiere. But the director intended to show to the whole town at the same time. And he was very adamant about that. And sure enough, once they play that reel, zombies start attacking the town because it has like some kind of curse attached to the reel. And it's up to the two guys, the couple, to kind of figure things out and stop the zombie apocalypse from happening in their town. Okay, the zombies are cool. I love the theater aspect of it because I just love being in a theater. I love that it's about horror movies, and I like the idea that it's about this director that comes out of retirement to show this. But the movie is stupid as hell. The main like teens are just not good, unfortunately. Like the acting is so fucking bad that I was just out of it. One of them's a big TikTok star, I think, and just reading her IMDb gave me vibes of like this is someone who's like manufactured by like a publication company, and it's just so fake. It just feels fake, and it just feels like the only reason that this particular person got this role is because of TikTok and doesn't really know acting very well. And that could be very hit or miss, you know. I've seen it on both sides. This one I think is more of a miss. And I just wasn't enjoying it. Like I was bored. And it just, I don't know, it's obviously geared towards a younger audience, despite the zombies looking okay. You know, it's not the worst zombies that I've seen. There's just nothing to it. You know, they don't really do much. They just run from place to place and deal with the zombies, not in a fun way, you know, not in the way that we want to see them deal with zombies. So yeah, it was a big disappointment to me. So check it out if you maybe as an intro to horror, if you have like younger, you know, little horror fans at home. But as an adult watching it, this was a big fail. So I gave it 1.5 stars, and you can check it out on Prime. That is Zombie Town.
Bummer. Lost me a TikTok star.
I bet.
I honestly, not to shit on anybody, but it's like I don't have TikTok myself, but it's like short media, right? It's 30
Yeah.
seconds or something like that. Like that's a
Well,
different beast.
yeah, it could be up to 5 minutes, I think, but yeah,
Okay, but most of them are like that quick
yeah,
style, like so it's different. Like having a quick style hold your attention to an hour and a half. You know, it's a different like skill set, and I don't know.
yeah,
Sometimes they don't mix, and sometimes they do, like you said. But
yeah. There was a movie I watched last year with Chris Gardner or something. I don't remember her name, but she made a movie and she was good in it, but the movie was not. And
mm.
but then you have Markiplier who made Iron Lung, which people seem to mostly like. So I
What's that one
mean,
dude that's you reviewed it last year, Cereal Milk and Cereal or something like that?
yes,
They're having one
uh,
come out in the theater soon, which
oh,
I guess is
yeah.
kind of different. They're YouTube, but same
Yeah. I
realm.
mean, it's like, it's like if podcasters made a fucking movie and then expected you to watch it.
That's
It's just
true. Expecting
absolutely
like,
horrible.
you know,
Yeah.
you can score stuff and edit stuff and do FX
And
work and stuff
acted like, yeah,
and
it's gonna
act
be,
and
yeah, don't do that. Just don't.
what a
Yeah.
couple pieces of shit.
Yeah, probably. I can't wait to see
Oh my God. I
they're gonna
honestly,
the people are gonna fucking just lay
oh,
it into
tear it
us,
up.
and I'm just gonna enjoy every minute of it. I'm gonna reply to every comment. I'm not gonna be mean. I'm
Are
not
you
gonna
gonna be
be
that guy?
I'm gonna be that guy, but not.
How dare you?
I'm never gonna do what was done to me. Like I'm always gonna be.
Uh,
Oh, I really appreciate you watching it. At least you give it a shot. You know, like
I'm
I
not
want
gonna
to
kill
make them.
myself, but
My
thank you
goal is to
for
make them feel
suggesting
better.
it.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I
I'm not
wrote,
gonna be like, oh, you don't understand my art, and that's just
at least
bullshit.
I tried.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
be kind of the nice guy and be like, oh, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Sorry you didn't like it, but I appreciate you gave a chance. Like that kind of.
Man, you're gonna make him feel bad.
That's what you want. Yeah, maybe they'll raise our score. Yeah, artificially.
It's gonna be super fun to see people that have no idea what the fuck we are, who we are, just watch
They
it.
know, yeah. Who the fuck do these guys think they are? You know, like, yeah.
I wonder if it's gonna transition to like the podcast reviews. Like we'll get reviews like I watched your stupid fucking movie, blah blah blah.
Oh, for sure. I mean, maybe not. Maybe no one will watch it, but you
That's
know,
true.
I'm sure a couple of like the podcast people I know will maybe watch it. You know,
Hmm.
so hopefully we'll see.
That is good. Yeah, you definitely got to just ignore shit. Otherwise, you'll
Yeah. But I'm
be
telling you,
very upset.
my goal is that one day, like in 5 years or 10 years, someone sends me like a DM out of nowhere and be like, "Hey, I found this fucking movie. Would you like mind talking about it?" I'd be like, "Fuck yeah!" You
Yes,
know?
I will fucking talk.
I
Yes, I
will
will
have
come
the
on your
same
show.
enthusiasm as the dude who did Santa Slay. Like I'll be
Oh my
super
God.
psyched about it. I'll answer all the questions. Like,
Man, yeah, dude. Yes, I am in. You're like, not only want to talk about it, but I will bring in the other guy.
exactly right, exactly. Yeah,
That sounds fun. Yeah, it's gonna be super exciting to see those reviews come in.
Nope.
Bad or good. Also, little thing. Just if you feel like making something, just make it. Who
Yeah.
cares about what people think? At the end of the day, it's, if you had fun doing it, that's all that matters.
Yeah. And now people can't say like, "Oh, you tried doing a movie. It's not as easy as you think." We can
It's
see we
not.
did.
It's
We did.
definitely not.
Like we,
Yeah.
so we understand. We
Hmm.
still don't like your movie,
Your movie still sucks,
but
but we understand it was
we
difficult to
understand the
make.
yeah. That's right.
All right, let's get into this review here. We're talking Blade 2. I think Joe asked you last time before I get into it. What made you pick this one? Just continuing the series?
Yeah, so I picked Blade as my birthday pick like 2 years ago. So this was again my birthday pick, so I picked Blade 2. I just Blade 2 is like really horror, more so than the other ones. It's directed by Guillermo del Toro, and it's just one that I always wanted to do on the podcast. So I think it's like a fun kind of something different, and yeah, I was just looking forward to seeing what you guys thought about it.
All right, so good to hear. Blade 2, however, directed by Guillermo del Toro, like Steve mentioned, from 2002. Faster, sharper, deadlier. Blade forms an uneasy alliance with the Vampire Council. Whenever I hear Vampire Council, I just think of What We Do in the Shadows. Vampire
Oh yeah, right.
Council, which his cameo in that show was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that was great. That was his first role out of prison, I think.
Right?
So,
That's
so
perfect.
has he done anything other than Blade? Since he played Blade twice since
Mm,
he did it.
he
He was
played him
Blade in
twice?
yeah, he was in Deadpool and Wolverine
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
as Blade as well. So maybe he's just
That's his
that's his
thing.
new thing now.
Calling card.
Yep.
But anyway, he gets with the Vampire Council in order to combat the Reapers who are feeding on vampires. So this one stars Mr. Wesley Snipes, Chris Christopherson, Ron Perlman's in it, Norman Reedus is in it, some other people. So we begin in the Czech Republic, right, where we think this guy's just going into this hospital to give blood. He's clearly strung out. He looks like he's a crackhead, whatever. And they're like, oh yeah, come back here, man. And he's about to do it. But oh, turns out this blood bank is a bunch of vampires. But wait, our crackhead is not a crackhead. He's a new super vampire called the Reapers, who his like mouth splits apart and shit, and they feed on vampires and turn them into this new strain, which the other vampires are super pissed about, right? So then we cut to Blade. He's doing a voiceover, right? He's recapping lore from the that we learned from the first movie. Turns out that these vampires are menaces, dude. They hate humans. They hate vampires. The normal vampires are scared of them. So now the vampires are like, Blade, dude, we need your fucking help. But let's do that. Let's try to get you on our side by attacking your fucking compound because that works out. And they have a sword fight and like, wait, right before he kills them, he's like, we need your help. Like, why don't you just fucking send him a letter or an email or something, you fucking psychos? Also, too, it turns out, is it Wessler or Wex with an X slur?
I thought it was Whistler.
Whistler. I was wrong twice. Okay.
I think so. Mhm.
Turns out Whistler is not dead from the first one. He didn't kill himself off screen like we were led to believe. He's been captured by the vampires and tortured for 2 years, and Blade finds him, rescues him. We got Norman Reedus as Scud, who's Blade's new little helper dude. He builds like fucking motorcycles and guns and shit. And he's also like Steve mentioned earlier, the Powerpuff Girls or the Powder Puff. I'm not convinced it's Powerpuff Girls yet. We'll see. There's a blind dude from Star Wars Rogue One. He's a vampire in this. Johnny Yu, I think his name is.
Yeah, Ronnie, you. Yeah.
Ronnie Yu, there you
Mhm.
go. We got Ron Perlman, who's just fucking great. I love Ron Perlman and
Yeah.
everything, man. He's also a vampire, little hit squad, and a lot of leather, a lot of wet surfaces, a lot of darkness, a lot of like shade your eyes, watch out, and like just one-liners and shit, and a lot of terrible, awful, dog shit worst CGI of all time because it's fucking terrible, which we'll talk about later. But man, I really enjoy this film. I watched it for first time a couple years ago on tape, and I watched it on tape again, and I think VHS really helps with this movie because I think if you watch this in 4K, you'd be like, "What the fuck is this trash?" But it hides just enough to just make it fun instead of just cringy because it's still cringy, but it hides enough of it, which is really cool. I think it's a fun movie. It expands the lore. It adds more stakes to it. It brings back crowd favorites. There's lots of fighting in it. And I think it just does what Blade did, just on a different level. I think the first one's still a better movie, but Blade 2 is really fun still. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah, I agree. I think that Blade 2 like changes things enough to make it interesting in its own way, but also keeps it kind of the same at the same time, to so where it's familiar. And I really like that. This is probably the first time I was introduced to Guillermo del Toro. He had made things before this, but I didn't really know who he was until he made this one. And you can definitely see like early Guillermo del Toro isms in this movie. I mean, there's a lot that he does in this that I recognize that he did right after in Hellboy. I mean, when the vampires are fighting in the warehouse when they're first trying to, get Blade onto the team, they remind me so much of Rasputin in Hellboy. It's just the way that they look, the way that they fight. Of course, Ron Perlman became Hellboy, and you have a lot of like kind of people who did both. And yeah, as for the movie, I think the Reapers are amazing. It just elevates the whole vampire lores because we've seen vampires in the first one, and Blade's thing is vampires. So how do you make it interesting? Well, you make a new variant of vampires, and they were just like creepy enough to really be different and a lot scarier. The way their mouth is fucking disgusting, and I love that. I do agree. The CGI, whew, man, it did not age well at all. I watched it on Blu-ray, so that CGI was very evident. The thing that kind of makes me really confused about it is I get it for some stuff, and it still and it looked decent, but some stuff they did not need to do it CGI at all, and I don't understand why. Like him fighting, that there are scenes that look like Blade is basically a video game character fighting like other video game characters, and it's unneeded. Like you didn't need that. It's just I don't know why they did that. It was super fucking weird, and it really, really shows when they switched from real choreography to like CGI choreography, and that's kind of a bummer because I don't think they need that kind of stuff. So, but overall, I think it's a fun film. It went by really quickly as I was watching it, and yeah, I think it's a good one. It does have issues, which we'll talk about, but I think it's a solid sequel to what I also liked, the first Blade.
Hmm. I just have one question for you, Steve.
Mhm.
Can you blush?
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean? What does
It's
that mean?
it's like a vampire thing. It's
Why?
like because the vampires, they not only are they like against humans, but they're also
Yeah.
kind of racist towards other vampires.
How is that
And
racist though?
well, it's like because I think it's the whole thing about being like pure blood and not pure blood, like turned, and then there's
So human, if you were turned from a human, you can still blush?
maybe like
That's his fucking that's his
yeah,
insult.
it's just one of those like
He
yeah.
sucks, man.
He's basically making fun of him because he's half human, which is ironically because that's also what makes Blade so powerful is that he's
Yeah,
half
you stupid
human,
asshole.
which makes him the Daywalker. But he's a fucking asshole. I do have a
But like,
question for you though.
yeah, go for it.
How do you feel about recaps at the beginning of movies?
Well, when his voiceover is telling the whole fucking movie, that happens in the first one. If done quickly, it's fine, but it's just like I think you got to respect that your audience is going to a sequel because they've seen the first one.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you don't see it as much anymore,
Mm,
but there was definitely a time where they would recap films. This
right.
one does it, but it's a little long. It's like,
It
okay, I
is.
get it. I saw Blade. Thank you.
Yep, it was there.
I mean, it's not like to the fucking level of was it Silent Night, Deadly Night
Oh
2
my God, the
that
whole
like
movie.
basically replays the first movie.
Which
But yeah,
reminds me, this year I'm definitely gonna buy the fan cut of
oh
Silent
nice.
Night 1 and 2 that cuts out all two's bullshit recaps.
Hmm.
So that should be fun. But yeah, I think that Ron Perlman clearly hates Blade like all the other vampires do. So they train like like a squad of them, special forces called the Blood Pack. And Ron Perlman's like the leader. But like honestly, he's been thinking about that insult for like 2 years.
Oh yeah, he's
And
been
that's
waiting.
the
He's been
best he
sitting on it.
gets.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna ask him if he blushes. Like no one fucking said, hey, that's fucking lame. Why just call him like short or something? You don't have to. It makes zero sense. And then of course he has to say that to him at the end. Do you blush? Like, bitch,
Right.
we're past this. Um, but yeah, I think Whistler being back is dumb.
I mean, it's
Just
comic
kill him.
books, right? It's like you're
Yeah.
never dead in a comic book, really. It's I don't think he was needed though for this story.
Hmm.
Like if he's important to the plot, I can see it. But in this, you really didn't need Whistler there, so he doesn't do all that much either.
I think Scud said something like Whistler's your only weakness, but they didn't use him against him,
No, at all.
right?
No,
No.
he just kind of pops up here and there. He's almost like a
Hey
fucking
kid.
like a special power in a video game that you can only use once in a while. Like he just pops up when it's convenient, and but they could
To
have
help.
easily ridden around him and just kept him dead, and
Right.
that would make him hate vampires even more, I feel.
Mhm.
And it would make the whole story kind of like the truce being like tougher if they had kept him dead, or he finds him like turned and then he has to kill him or like something, you know. But no, just having him back fine also, which was weird, was
Yeah.
an odd move. Yeah,
I think it would have been better if he was turned against him as a vampire. And then,
yeah.
like you said, the beginning is a recap, but shown in a way that he has to kill his old master, trainer, whatever, dad, father figure.
Hmm.
I think that would have been really cool.
Yeah, I agree.
But like even towards the end of the movie, I was like, where the fuck is Whistler? And then he literally walks out of a door. I'm like, oh, there he is. Just like the
Right,
fucking,
exactly, that's all it is.
where
Like,
were you?
yeah.
He,
And they even ask him at one point, like, where the fuck were you? He's just, I was,
yeah, I
doing a
ran
whole
into
other
some
side
trouble
mission.
of my own. Like, what does that
Right.
mean? He's over there jerking off.
Yeah.
Did I miss the part? So there's a part where they go on like their first mission together to the club
Hmm.
to look for these guys.
Yeah,
And
the obligatory club scene, which is
oh
like
my
a
God,
Blade
dude.
thing now,
I
which
love it
just
though.
they can't top the fucking club scene from the first one. They just
No,
can't. They can't top Confusion as a song. They couldn't top like the blood bath. Yeah,
so
it's
good.
just yeah. They
So good.
shouldn't even try it, honestly, in my
Mm.
opinion.
But so we have two of the hit squad killed, right? Or well, one of them gets bitten and immediately
Yeah,
switches
turns
over to a Reaper.
right.
But did I miss the part? Why doesn't the other guy immediately switch to a Reaper? He like
Yeah,
survives for like days.
yeah. I think it's because he was more like tapped by it rather than
Okay.
like eaten by it. So he
Mm,
got infected, but not as strongly as the other guy had. But they don't really explain it. It's one of those
yeah,
weird things because they
yeah.
even say like, oh yeah, he turned super quick.
20 minutes.
But the other guy, yeah, he lasted hours.
Yeah.
It made no
I
sense.
feel like he lasted forever. He made it all the way to the sewer scene, right?
Yeah.
And then he betrays them, whatever. But of
Yeah,
course,
which reminds me of another thing that's super weird about like that club scene. So it seems like 25 minutes into that club scene, they're like, "Oh, we can't fight anymore. It's almost daytime." Why the fuck are you starting your mission at like 4:30 in the
yeah,
morning and not like midnight?
yeah.
Like,
Or 10:30. Like when's the
yeah,
sun going down tonight? 7? All
yeah,
right, we're at 7:30. We're out. Like
right.
you
No,
fucking idiots.
yeah, we got about 26 minutes of fucking darkness left. Let's
Yeah.
start a mission now.
And let's bring these liabilities, these humans. Like they
Right.
bring Scud and Whistler, who are not super powered at all.
At all.
Scud can barely handle himself.
Yeah, you fucking barely handled that goddamn Krispy Kreme donut.
So like why are we bringing these fucking jackasses along? And why are the vampires, I know there's some twists in this movie. Why are they only training like 10 fucking dudes to be
Right.
better fighters than the normal dudes? Like make an army, you
Hmm.
fucking idiots. Because we see how like weak the vampires are so weak in this. It
They
kind of
are.
frustrates me. Like we're jumping all over the place, but like we see um the vampires get fucking shredded by everything imaginable. It makes you think like these guys aren't a threat at all. Like
Right.
they're pushover. I
Yeah.
think that the normal people can kill them.
And in the first film, they did a really good job of establishing the vampires as like real world threats.
Hmm.
They had like councils, they had
Vampiric Council.
like a hierarchy, they had like all sorts of like technology, and they were
Yeah.
like crazy. But in this one, it's just like a small ragtag group, and you're meant to think that this like I forget what they call the fucking like
The old
Orlok
dude
one there, yeah. But
counting
yeah,
Orlok.
like he's supposed to be like one of the bigger
He sucks,
vampires
dude.
of the whole thing. So until
Yeah.
3 when they fight Dracula, but that's a
Oh
whole other
God,
thing.
dude. Are you gonna pick that eventually?
Maybe just
Dude,
I
that
hate having
yeah,
incomplete series. Not for a few years though.
yeah.
It's yeah.
Surprisingly, Blade 3 VHS is ultra rare.
Oh
It's like
really?
$50 just to get a
Is
piece
it
of shit
because it
one.
was like late in the VHS game?
Yeah,
Probably right.
yeah.
Probably
But that
2004
Blade
or
3 is
5.
fucking so bad, man.
I know, but it's got like Triple H in it, like Jessica Biel and Ryan Reynolds, and
Yeah. And
it's
then the CGI eyes.
yeah, right. Yeah, that's right. That was
He
so
won't open it.
weird.
He refused to open his eyes, so they
Right, so they have
CGI'd
to
him.
CGI him. Yeah, we'll definitely have to do it in like a couple of years.
That's our next callback in our next movie, though. CGI eyes opening.
Yeah.
Uh, all the shit I'm giving Whistler, he does have an amazing line when they're in the sewer. He goes, "Some of us can't see in the dark, you fucking nipplehead." I thought that was the best fucking line of all
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, but
Uh,
going back to the whole like CGI needed or not needed, there's a
mhm.
scene in the club that I fucking love this shot, and it had to be partly CGI, but I think most of it wasn't. It's when one of the guys with the sword, he stabs one of the Reapers in the stomach,
Oh yeah.
and the Reaper like pulls himself from the wall, so it cuts like from basically like his chest to
Through
down
his
his
dick,
dick,
dude.
and
Yeah.
then he like crawls up the wall. It is super creepy the way he crawls up the wall and he gets away from that. It looked amazing. But then you have like the next scene, they'll do something like fucking just absolutely ridiculous with the CGI. So it's very. I think when the Reapers were involved, the CGI was good. But
Hmm.
when the Reapers weren't involved, it looked like total shit. It's like it's weird. It's like okay, we only have enough money to have good CGI on one thing, you know?
Yeah. I feel like with the Reapers too, they could have just made those practical as well. Like
Yeah,
the split mouse. I mean, it can be like a predator kind of thing.
yeah. I think one of them. So the body, the one that's on the table, the autopsy, I
Hmm.
think that was all practical, and that looked amazing.
Yeah. It looked really
Just
cool.
like yeah,
Yeah, but I can forgive some of the CGI, but like it's if you can't pull it off, like if Wesley Snipes can't pull it off with like attached to wires or something, just fucking cut it.
that's
Because
what I
there's a
think.
lot
It
of
was
scenes.
unneeded. Yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot of scenes where like they jump in the air and kick each other or something, and it's clearly like
it was so bad.
they don't even. It seems like they just like, yeah, that's fine. But Wesley Snipes is a bigger dude in this,
Yeah,
and like his digital stunt double is like a fucking toddler,
right.
and he's just he's doing kicks. I'm like, what are you guys doing? What are you up to?
Yeah.
I just thought that was funny. But also another question: did I miss why Blade likes the fucking female vampire so much? Like, why is he so into her?
She's hot. Like,
That's why. That's the only reason.
yeah, she's hot and she's interested. That's all you
He's killed
need.
plenty of hot vampires in the past at the
Yeah, but she's
club.
also interested. So she got he
Okay.
has both sides of this. The only coin you need. Like,
Do you blush?
yeah, but yeah, it's I think that's all it was really because he's kind of a loner, right? Is
Yeah.
he doesn't fit in really with the humans or the vampires. So he's been fucking Whistler for years. So he needed
I
maybe
get.
stud for a little while, but
Do you think Whistler brought home like hoes from the club for him?
no,
No, you don't think so?
no,
You think
I
Blade's a
think
virgin?
probably not a virgin, but
Hmm.
I don't know. That's a good question.
And if he's not a virgin, is he doing vampires or humans?
Probably both. Maybe at the same
Oh,
time.
okay.
Yeah.
He's having
Yeah.
little orgies and shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Nipplehead.
Yeah.
Um, I thought a funny line also from Whistler, which is not funny, it's just stupid. When they capture Blade after they betray him, of course they're gonna betray him at the end.
Right.
They capture him and take all his shit away, and then Whistler's like, they took him, all your weapons, even your sword. No, yeah, no shit, Whistler. They took your fucking sword away, you dumb
Right.
motherfucker. They're not gonna take everything away and leave you your sword. I just thought that
Right.
was the stupidest shit.
I mean, they did in Lord of the Rings. They
Well, they
they
didn't deprive
kept
the old man of
Gandalf's
his walking
staff.
staff.
Yeah.
I told you specifically to take the
Right.
staff. Fucking worm tongue.
Yeah.
Gosh,
Yeah. I love Nomak. That's the main
no Mac.
Reaper.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's a really cool character. I kind of wish we saw him more.
Who played him?
I don't really know him.
Let me
I
see.
looked it
No
up,
Mac.
but
Luke Goss. Yeah, I don't know him either.
yeah, but he was really like creepy, and I kind of wish we got more of what his deal was. He seemed to be somewhat friendly with the humans, like and they kind of mentioned that he's mostly going after vampires at first,
Mhm.
but he'll run out of vampires eventually and then go after humans. Yeah, I just feel like he could have been developed a little bit more as a character.
I agree. And maybe I just wasn't paying attention enough, but s- are they daughter and son in the sense that they were born from him, or is it just daughter and son because they're all vampires?
You mean him
The va
and
the
from
main
the main guy?
vampire? Yeah,
So
the
the
main dude.
main vampire, like, so her, it seems that she was born however vampires are born. I'm not really sure,
Uh-huh.
like naturally.
I think
Whereas
they're just
he was
yeah,
an experiment that was failed
like a
experiment.
little clone.
Yeah, and they
Oh, okay.
specifically say that they failed, and that's why kind of he's.
Because he's making clones based on the old dude's DNA to make
Right.
perfect vampires, right? No sunlight, no fucking silver.
Yeah, and they realized they needed Blade's blood, which is like basically like the first movie.
Yeah, well, good,
Uh,
we get it.
yeah, exactly. They always have to get Blade shirt off. That's the
I mean, come
number
on,
one
the guy's
mission for
shredded, man.
vampires. Yeah,
The guy's shredded.
yeah. So that's what I think they were missing, like the key ingredient for those little like
Fucking jizz.
yeah, right.
You just jerk off in this cup.
Yeah. I found the blood too watery in this movie, and
Mm,
that bothered me for some reason. It really did, especially
that pool.
yeah when Blade comes out of the pool like all badass. He's like basically you don't see any red on him.
He's clean.
Yeah, totally like he took a bath.
Yep.
But how cool would it have been if he's fucking dripping blood? It's probably like a
He
note
licks
from the
it because he's
studio or
fucking
something.
getting repumped. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that would have been such a fucking cool look of him being all red from the blood, but no, he's like totally clean. Couple red droplets, but that's it,
Yeah, I that was pretty lame. It could have been
Yeah.
like the fucking chocolate river in Willy Wonka,
hmm
but they just made it, yeah,
Yeah.
lame.
It's a big Todd gripe for me, and this happens more in action films than it does in horror. So I mentioned it more in the other podcast, but I'll mention it here because it definitely happened. I admire how bad guys wait their turns when there's a
Uh,
ton of them. They
yeah.
just they just like stand there in a circle and just like
John, you're
wait.
up. Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah, one at a time.
Yeah,
It's
let's
so
not
weird.
overpower him because we know he's more powerful than us one on one.
Right.
Let's just keep trying. And that's
Yeah.
my another point where these vampires are just so weak. Like I know Blade is like he's great,
Yeah.
right? But there's no way you're fucking killing 300 vampire
Right.
bodyguards, right?
Exactly. He gave one a suplex. That was fucking
Oh,
cool. I
dude,
love
he
that.
fucking suplexed him through the glass
Yeah.
floor or whatever.
He's just showing off at that point.
Also, I think it's what's his note? Is his name Nomak? Novak? Some of
No,
that?
Mac.
Doesn't he like jump off? He does like a flying elbow.
Yeah, yes, he does.
They turn it into a wrestling match at the end.
Yeah, I mean, Guillermo del Toro, I think, is a wrestling fan, so
Uh,
it kind of makes sense.
how do you feel about Scud being a traitor?
I mean, it kind of makes sense, this story. You didn't need two, cues in this movie,
Hmm.
so uh, it is a bit weird though. Like that, it's one of those. Like, how long has he been with him? They said a while,
I've
right?
been on to you ever since you were turned. Like,
Yeah, they
okay, why'd you
fucking
keep me
like,
in?
yeah, we're just waiting like what, years for this to happen, like for this situation. It's
I
just, I
know
don't know.
that if he knew about Scud being a traitor, like Scud can kill him pretty simply.
Yeah, but
You
he
know what I
never
mean?
did. He actually built weapons for him. The
And
only
killed
thing
other
that fails
vampires.
is that bomb. Every other weapon is totally like he could
Which still
have.
works though.
Well, because Blade fixed it.
Right. That's true.
But everything else, all the like light guns, the fucking blue bomb of death that kills all of the fucking Reapers like way too easily, in my opinion. All that stuff worked perfectly fine. It's just that one. So not only did he like stay with Blade for God knows how long before,
At least
all in
2 years.
anticipation of them, maybe teaming up, but he specifically didn't make that one bomb work because
Just
he
that
knew
one.
he would use it on Ron Perlman and it would pay off at some point.
What is the point of Scud though? I know he explained it, but like
Like
why?
overall.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Blade just needs basically like an Alfred, right? He needs
No, no,
someone
no.
to
I know
build
that. What was the point of his betrayal? What were they using him for? Just to get close to Blade?
just to get, yeah, access to Blade so they can have his blood and complete
That
their like
just
mission.
that's overly complicated.
hmm Yeah. So anyway, it is
Stupid.
what it is. His death was fucking cool
It
and
was.
blew up.
He's like, it's not a dud.
Yeah.
Really? You rewired the bomb?
Right. Yeah, that was
Um,
cool.
I thought it was lame though that we see the Reavers like fall to, regular bullets and stuff like that and get knocked down and stuff. But Nomak like walks through halls of like 10 vampire soldiers shooting at him and he just shrugs it all off. I thought the balance and the power scaling was a little bit off with that. I know he's like the alpha or
Yeah,
whatever,
he's like the alpha,
but I still
so
thought that was a little
right.
bit over the
So
top.
you slow him down a little bit,
Yeah, he just eats
Yeah.
them.
No, I totally get that. Yeah. How do you feel about the two final fights? So he fights Ron Perlman
Hmm.
first, and then he fights Nomak. What'd you
Nomak.
think of those two fights?
Ron Perlman, honestly, I thought it was very short. He doesn't even fight him, right?
Right.
But I still think it was good.
Yeah.
Like he just cuts
Even
him
the
in half,
CGI
right?
death he got.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of
Yeah.
lame. That it
Yeah.
reminds me of Resident Evil when the
Right. Oh, the cut and
the laser
the
thingy.
laser cut. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a great scene though.
Oh, fantastic scene. Especially
Yeah.
when he thinks he's gonna outsmart it and
Yeah.
he just
Right.
fucks him
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
It was whatever. And then the Nomak fight was just like WWF at one point, like
Right.
hopping around and flying elbows and shit like that.
Yeah. But it was good. It was a pretty good like knockdown
Hmm.
drag fight. It's not like it lasted like just long enough, but not too long. I thought it was a decent fight.
Yeah. You know what I like too is that when Blade first meets the old vampires, like he said something like, "Thanks for dealing with our other problem, Deacon Frost." I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that was a cool little callback to the first one.
Yeah,
Just like it's
because
just enough to give you something.
yeah, they did establish in the first one that Deacon Frost was like working outside the system
Yeah.
of, the hierarchy of vampires, and he wasn't pure blood, which kind of like why he wasn't never part of the group, right? He's kind of like in Goodfellas, De
He's
Niro,
not a made
and
man.
he couldn't be a main man because he's
Yeah.
not Italian, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Who do you like better though, Deacon Frost or this dude, Nomek?
Deacon Frost was a way better developed character,
Yeah,
like by far. But the fucking Nomak looks so cool,
he does look cool.
But no, I think Deacon Frost is a better character for sure. They really developed him well. That was one of the best things about the first Blade is how well developed he was as a villain, whereas they were lacking that in this one.
Also, dog shit CGI in that one too.
Yeah, that's
So that's a trend.
yep. Yeah.
Oh, what about the very end with he
Oh,
holds the chick and she fucking
oh,
lights
the
on
the
fire?
the Nisa thing. Okay, yeah, that's it's not the very end. The very end is the best part of the movie.
Oh,
Uh,
the whoring.
at Fuckingham Palace, which has to be in your
I don't
fucking trip.
remember that guy because he was like, you didn't think I remember? I forget you,
Yeah,
right? I'm like, I did. Fuck is
what really?
this?
You didn't
Yeah,
remember him?
no,
Yeah, it's the guy who brought him to Whistler at the beginning. He's like, "I'll let you live if."
oh really?
Yeah,
I just totally forgot about him.
yeah, and then he goes at the fucking peep show. Yeah, with the
How
little
do you get in
Kleenex
the peep
box on
show,
that.
dude?
Sorry?
How do you get in the peep show though, Blade? Like he got where the girls are at and everything. No one
Oh
says
yeah, I mean,
anything.
it's Blade.
That's true.
He's probably regular. So,
They probably thought he was part of the
yeah.
fucking show.
I mean, with a name like Fuckingham Palace, I mean, you got to, it's probably one of his regular haunts right there.
Gosh, man,
Yeah, that was so funny. I laughed out loud. It was a good way to kind of end the movie. Just
it
a
was.
little comedy. I thought they were setting up part three, honestly, but
Yeah,
no.
hard
Yeah,
move.
I
But
actually like this better, to be honest.
this movie or the ending of it?
The ending of it, like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
What about when his I guess love interest dies in his arms?
I mean,
We've seen that like in
yeah,
30 Days a Night. 30 Days a Night came out years later though, so I guess well that was also a comic, so who knows who they got that from.
I mean, there's a ton of movies where they do this. It's not like a unique,
That's true. I think
uh,
Interview with the Vampire, maybe something like that. I remember that Claudia and her fake mom die in like
in the
a
well.
cell, yeah, or something.
Yeah, yeah, they do, but there's no one there to hold them because they both die. So they're
That's true.
holding each other as they die.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, it's definitely something that's
Visually, it's
happened.
cool.
And
Visually, it's
yeah,
really cool.
in a lot of vampire movies where one vampire is not completely bad and they die, that's pretty much how they'll always go. Is like a self-sacrifice, slow.
Yeah,
Yeah. But anyway, it is. Yeah, it's fine. Like at least he didn't like
hit it.
have a big friggin' like moment about it.
I
They
love
just
you.
met. Like
Yeah,
it's
I love you.
yeah. I fucking hate that in movies when like they just meet and it's like the biggest relationship ever, like in Dangerous Animals,
Oh
like
yeah,
things like
God.
that. So
He's gosh, the movie sucked. But it
yeah,
didn't suck. But we talked about it. Um,
right.
I wonder what would happen though if Blade ended up hooking up with her because she's purebred. He's not. Would they make like a super fucking vampire?
That's a good question. Probably not, right? It would probably dilute his human
You
side.
think so?
Yeah.
Hmm. Wonder if they're compatible.
That's a good
We
question.
must find out these
Yeah,
questions.
well, yeah, Guillermo.
Guillermo, what do you, hey
Yeah,
bud? Wesley Snipes, what are you doing?
right, exactly.
It's really weird because Wesley Snipes is excellent in Blade 1 and 2, and then 3, he just has like a mental
It's
something
because
going on with himself.
yeah, he like became too full of himself. Apparently, he was so conceited, and he thought he was untouchable. And
Mhm.
yeah,
Demolition
he
Man,
became a
amazing.
diva on set. Apparently, it was like a whole thing. People hated working with him, and
Yeah,
they kind of make reference to it in Deadpool because no one thought that Ryan Reynolds would bring him back because apparently they hated each other during Blade, but it doesn't really seem to be the case.
they fight Dracula in Blade 3, right?
Yeah, played by Dominic Purcell
That's right.
of Prison
He's like
Break
blue
fame.
or something. I just remember like
Well,
a
he
blue
starts
Dracula.
off just Dominic Purcell, but eventually he becomes like kind of this winged creature thing. So
Serpent.
yeah, I mean that's something to look forward to. I mean, like I'm telling you,
Yeah,
about two
I'll
years
watch
from
it.
now, when I get the itch to watch another Blade film, I'll pick it again.
Nice.
Hmm. Yeah, so
That's really
I
all
think
I
that's
got.
about it. I don't really have anything else as far as notes. I think
Mm-mm.
it's a like solid movie. It just I don't I agree with you. I don't think it tops the first one,
Mm-mm.
but I like that they went in enough of a different direction to make it entertaining and worthy of as a sequel.
I agree. And ultimately, I'm going to give it the same score as part one, but I'm
Mm.
going to still think part one is a better film. So I'm keeping it a 4 out of 5, which is pretty high, but I also have a lot of fun with it. I think the Blade characters is great. The action and the CGI just adds to its charm. There's lots of blood, there's lots of fighting. Vampires look cool for the most part. And it's just like it's a great example of superhero movies at the time, like trying to be more serious,
Yeah.
and it didn't get like it's enough praise as it did during the new Marvel run that it should have gotten because that really paved the way early for these kinds of films. But I give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, 4 out of 5, which is also what I gave the first one, but I still like the first one better. I still think it's a great movie, and yeah, glad we finally got to do it. It's been on my list for a little while.
Nice. What we got next week?
All right, now, wait, there's the letterbox score
Oh,
for Blade, which I have open, and people gave it. Well, that's my friend's rating. People gave it a 3.3 out of 5
not bad.
overall. My friends though 3.6, so more popular among the people that I know than it is for the general public. But I think that's pretty decent for a movie like this, and
It's not bad at all.
yeah,
I'm
uh,
actually wondering how much money this movie made. Let me see if I can find it.
had to be.
Okay, this is pretty dang good. Budget was 54 mil and gross worldwide made 155, so definitely profitable.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say like a super hit, but
Mm-mm.
it's profitable at least. So it's probably why they made a third one, right? And that,
Yeah, it made 82 in Canada and the United States alone, so
yeah,
yeah, makes sense.
yeah, makes sense for sure. All right, so next week we are going. This is a big one. It's probably maybe our biggest episode of the year because people are, well, as far as a movie goes, I think
Oh,
it's one of the most anticipated of the year. Not for me personally, but for a lot of people, and that is Scream 7.
ah,
So we've actually done all the other six Scream films. So this is just
that's true.
continuing that train, and yeah, I'm not at all looking forward to it for
I
some
haven't seen
reason.
this. I haven't watched a single trailer for it.
Yeah, like I'll watch it, of course. I'm doing it as a review. I probably would have watched it anyway. But
Hmm.
excitement wise, I'm like a zero. It's just so maybe that's
Okay.
good. Maybe my expectations are lower. I'm kind of over Ghostface. Anything they need to sidelight him for a little bit.
Did he move on from legacy characters,
Yeah,
at
especially.
least?
God, I've said it before. This may be an unpopular opinion, but I don't like Sydney anymore. I did in the first two, but
Uh-huh.
after that, she became so full of herself and like way too overconfident and kind of cocky, and it's not a good character anymore.
Yeah. Plus,
And it's
Dewey's
too
gone.
bad because she was so fucking good in the first two, but yeah,
Yeah.
I get especially in that fucking was it five that she was in, I
I
think.
don't know. They blurred together these last couple.
Yeah, well, she wasn't in six. They had that big fallout, but
She was
yeah,
in the New York one,
yeah,
right?
that's the
That was
last one.
6.
So yeah, so
Okay.
she was in five and
Wasn't she at
just
the end of it, like on the phone?
don't
Or was
remember.
that the fifth one? I don't
No,
know. It doesn't
yeah.
matter.
Anyway, yeah, that's but
We're
Scream
gonna
Seven.
watch it.
That's what we're doing.
Hmm.
Brand new film in
I
theaters.
mean, I hope it's bloody. I hope they cut out some bullshit that they've been doing lately
Yeah.
and not as meta as the newest ones are because they're taking it a little too far.
Yeah. So we've talked about this multiple times, and this is gonna be maybe the final time we talk about it before the actual review. Do you think this is the one where what's his fucking name? What's my God?
It's not Skeet Ulrich, the other one.
Yeah, right.
He's an amazing actor. Why can't we remember his
I
name?
don't know. Skeet. No,
Fucking,
I was gonna say Skeet Ulrich
you know,
again. Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard.
Yeah, sorry. Is this the one where Matthew Lillard finally comes back in some form? Do you
He
think?
has to. I think he
Yeah, at
has
this
to.
point he has to, right? It's like just fucking get it over with. Give
Yeah.
the fans what they not even want. Just Reddit what it wants, and
I
move on.
mean, Stu's fucking dead, but if they bring him back, I'm for it. But
Is
not
it
as a
as
ghost.
a ghost? That would be
No,
so
not as a
fucking like
ghost.
funny in a bad way.
Yeah.
Like oh my god.
But wait, there's more. And he's just a ghost. And like, shut up, Stu, you fuck.
He's having a career resurgence,
Oh
so
yeah.
it's yeah, I think if he shows up, it's gonna be in this one.
I I want to see it. I do. It's
Like yeah,
stupid because I
I
think he's
know. Yeah.
dead, but I want to see it anyway.
At this point, why not, right? Like
Fuck it.
yeah, it's like
I think especially because of the whole fallout with like firing one of the stars and another one quits. Like they got to shake something up. 'Cause Sydney, I don't think is enough to bring her back. Plus Dewey's not here anyway, so it's just Gail and
no,
her.
yeah, it's just Gil and her, and there's a few others from the other movies, but it's
Whatever.
Yeah, it's so spread. I don't
Kirby,
know.
whatever.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. So.
Yep. All right, you want to close this out?
Sure. So thank you for listening. Don't forget you can buy our merch on TeePublic at the Horror Squad Podcast. You can follow us on all the social medias, Horror Squad Podcast, same thing. Email us, no one ever does, the Horror Squad Podcast at gmail.com. Most important way, or the best way to talk to us and, kind of interact with us is definitely on Discord. It's absolutely free. And yeah, so our movie's coming out, like May 16th is our premiere. If you want tickets, they're free. It's in Salem, Massachusetts. Just hit up one of us and we'll get you tickets, and look forward to everyone, coming by. And after that, we'll release the film and it'll be done. So that's it. And thank you very much. And we'll see you next week for Scream 7. Bye.
Bye.